Hey America, welcome back to my wine YouTube channel. Today is Thursday, November 21st. Can you guess what bottle I got? Yes, happy Beaujolais Nouveau Day to everybody who celebrates. Thursday, November 21st is the first day you can buy Beaujolais Nouveau in America. I believe it's November 15th in France, but lucky me, I don't live there. I picked up a bottle of Beaujolais Nouveau by producer Kewin Descombes from Astor Place Wines this here afternoon. What is Beaujolais? Many of my loyal fans will know that Beaujolais is my favorite region. It's a small little region in France just south of Burgundy. Some crazy people will say it's a subsection of Burgundy, but I say you're a crazy person because it's special and beautiful in its own way, and distinct in the sense that in Burgundy, you're drinking Pinot Noir when you're drinking a red wine. In Gamay, in Burgundy, you are drinking Pinot Noir when you're drinking a red wine. In Beaujolais, you're drinking Gamay, and Gamay is a different grape. It's much lighter. It is more of a workhorse grape. You can really grow it resiliently, but it makes really beautiful, complex red wines. They're light in character. They tend to be more floral than fruity, and they're great chilled. Beaujolais Nouveau are the grapes of Beaujolais that are picked, and then 6 to 8 weeks later, they're in the bottle. So that's what's so amazing about Beaujolais Nouveau. It's so fresh. It's meant to be drunk fresh. So what do we have here today? Beaujolais Nouveau by Kewin Descombes. He's a young producer in Beaujolais. He's only got 4 hectares of grapes. His first vintage came out when he was 21, which would be impressive if he was American, but in France, that's a meaningless age. Good for him anyway. His vineyard is really close to Fleury, which is a particular domain within Beaujolais that is known for blue granite and in the soil and having a really floral character, and it's on the northern end. It's close to Mâcon, which is the southernmost point of Burgundy. The winemaking process, it's by law, Beaujolais Nouveau has to be hand-picked. So these grapes are hand-picked. They're from 40-year-old vines. They do a 10 to 12-day carbonic maceration. What's carbonic maceration? It's used all over Beaujolais. Carbonic maceration is when you take all the grapes whole, all these red grapes, you don't press them yet, you just put them in a big old vat and you seal it off so there's no airflow. Weight of the grapes on top of each other starts to crush them just a little bit, but it really doesn't agitate the skins. So in that maceration phase, where the sugar is fermenting, keep a lot of the bright and fruity and floral elements of macerated juice without agitating the tannins in the skin that as you would when you really press them mechanically. Guys, I did a terrible job explaining carbonic maceration. I forgot about the most important part, like the carbonic, the sealed off tank part of it. We talked about how, because it's a whole grape fermentation, there's much less like agitated skin contact, meaning less tannins. Yes, cool, but how the F do you actually make wine when you haven't squeezed the grapes? This is the cool part. So when that little bit of juice that does come out from the weight of the grapes does start to ferment, the carbon dioxide that's a byproduct sticks around because the tank is sealed off, creating a really carbon-rich and oxygen-depleted environment. And carbon dioxide has a special little tool it can do, which is break down malic acid. And malic acid is like the acid in a grape. So because it can break down malic acid and start the fermentation process of eating up the sugar and making alcohol, carbon dioxide can basically penetrate the grape skin and start the fermentation process inside the grape, like you're making wine in a little water balloon. It's so cool. So then when they squeeze the grapes, they're basically squeezing out wine instead of in the traditional red wine making process where you squeeze the grapes to get juice and then let the skins and the juice all hang out to then turn into wine. That's really the big kicker of this whole carbonic maceration thing. And I still did a really rushed job explaining it, so I'm so sorry, but I'll just have to make another video, I guess. It's why Beaujolais is really known for being so much brighter than other red wines. So because this is Beaujolais Nouveau, there's that 10 to 12 day carbonic maceration period, and then the grapes are fully pressed to get the juice out of there. They're pressed into concrete. They age for undisclosed amount of time, but really short, probably a day, maybe less. And then they're in the bottle, and now it's in my house. This tradition of drinking the really fresh wine is gone back since like the 1800s. It's a big celebration of the harvest in Beaujolais. Between 25 to 50% of all Beaujolais sales in the past, recent history have been Beaujolais Nouveau. So it's a really big part of their business. Hey guys, I'm back. It's actually tomorrow, November 22nd, because I decided to film that video like 10 minutes before I knew my friend was coming over, and so I didn't get to finish. But here we are, drinking the wine. It's a beautiful, like pink color almost. You can see kind of right there that it's so young, it transcends red. I think it's delicious. I think it's fruity, it's fun, it's fresh, and really floral. Particularly like a rose situation, like a rose above a raspberry kind of thing is what it's doing for me. I love it. Some people will say Beaujolais Nouveau is childish and just playful. Well, guess what? I'm a 22-year-old girl, and I think it's delicious. Kewin gets a big thumbs up from me. That was, I think, $18 at my local spot. Pretty good price for a damn good wine.